Hello Bookish friends, in today's installment of From Pages to Screen video series, I'm going to talk about an adaptation that I like better than the book, which is something very rare. Esio Trot by Roald Dahl. Esio Trot is a children's novel written by British author Roald Dahl and illustrated by Quentin Blake. It was published on 3rd of September 1990. And it was the last of those books to be published in his lifetime. He died just 2 months later. Unlike other Dahl works, which often feature tyrannical adults and heroic and magical children, Esio Trot is the story of an aging, lonely man, Mr. Hoppy, trying to make a connection with a person that he has loved from afar, his widowed neighbor, Mrs. Silver. But Mrs. Silverheart belongs to Alfie, her pet tortoise. One day, Mr. Hoppy comes up with a brilliant idea to win her heart. If Mr. Hoppy's plan works, Mrs. Silver will certainly fall in love with him. But it's going to take 140 tortoises, an ancient spell, and a little bit of magic. This was a very short novelette by Roald Dahl, and I listened to it about 1.5 years ago. And I actually watched the adaptation first for this one, and I was actually shocked at how short this story was. Maybe you have heard me mention that I actually do not like Roald Dahl's humor very much. But maybe because this story features elderly characters, and it is not one of the books that promotes cruelty as a way of punishing evil characters. And I liked this last work of Roald Dahl's much more than his very popular known works. I actually liked the very toned down version of dark humor in this story. So that's why I gave this novelette a 7 out of 10 when I read it. And Esio Trot was adapted by Richard Curtis into a British-made for television comedy film. That was first broadcast as part of BBC One's 2015 Christmas programming. Featuring Dustin Hoffman and Judi Dench as the couple, with James Corden as another neighbor who acts as narrator, and Richard Cordry as Mr. Pringle. When Esio Trot by Roald Dahl was first broadcast, it was seen by 7.86 million viewers, making it the ninth across all UK TV channels for the week ending of 4th January 2015. This adaptation received praise with the Sumangun in The Guardian writing an utterly, completely, inescapably beguiling adaptation of Roald Dahl's book. In the 44th International Emmy Awards, both Dustin Hoffman and Judi Dench were nominated for a Best Performance by an Actor and Actress. Dustin Hoffman actually won the prize for his role as Mr. Hopper. In From Pages to Screen video series, I compare the adaptation with the original work according to 4 criteria: faithfulness to the book, casting choices, acting quality, and my IMDb rating. I am much more subjective on the latter 2 criteria, but I try to be as objective as I can in the first 2. For faithfulness, I will give this adaptation a check because the story is extended much more, and more characters are added which are not present in the book, like James Corden's character and Mr. Pringle, who's actually a rival for Hoppy's affection for Mrs. Silver. And lastly, in order not to give spoilers, I will not say what, but the ending is changed a bit in this adaptation, so that's why it's a check. For casting, it's certainly a plus because the age range and the physical appearance of the characters and their general manner fits the characters in the book perfectly. For acting, I mean, they were nominated for Emmys, so they have very strong performances. Dustin Hoffman was incredibly good as a shy and reclusive neighbor who's certainly in love with this woman. Judi Dench is equally as brilliant in her role. She plays this naive and well-meaning lady excellently. I'm used to her playing a strong and clever woman. But with this role, it shows how wide her acting range is. It's certainly a plus. For my IMDb rating, I gave this adaptation an 8 out of 10 because I really do like the additions to the story. It fitted the soul of the book. It is rare for me to like an adaptation when an ending is changed, but for this one, because I was not very comfortable with the original ending, this ending fitted perfectly with me. It was a half musical, made it very enjoyable to watch, and I was very glad that I came across this wonderful and sweet TV movie in one of the streaming services in Turkey. So this was my comparison of Esio Trot by Roald Dahl with its TV movie adaptation. Please comment down below, have you read the book or watched that TV movie? And what did you think of them? If you're a new viewer, first of all, welcome. Please like and subscribe. Hope to see you very soon. Bye. As for Turkish word of the day, I'm going to choose tortoise. Tortoise means tosba in Turkish, and tosba is our Turkish word of the day. Have a good day.